There, you're good? As you can see, I am on my twos. Actually, threes with this one. You know what this is called? This is called Opa Ogu, right? This is my walking stick. In our village, right? Us old men, we must have a walking stick. And you're going to ask me, why are you walking with a limp? Now let me take you to my village. Come. Woo! As you can see, I am very okay. So as I said, this is Opa Ogu or Onku. Yeah? Then you're going to ask me, why is Oga walking with a limp? Why? How do you expect me to walk? Me with my mature age. Surely. How do you expect me to walk? You want me to walk normal? Right? Like you young Gen Zs? No. Respect your age. Respect us elders. Surely. Right? And appreciate that Oga can walk. People my age cannot even barely walk. Right? Anyway, let's go to my mansion. Yes. Ah, you're still there. You're still there. Oh, you're too slow. You need to catch up. You're too slow. Right? You need to catch up with this guy, right? Hey. I see. Yeah, you need to catch up. How are you? Yes. You sound like great Hiya. So great. Yep. So welcome everybody. So today we're on week 12 of my post-Achilles surgery, right? So that's pretty much 3 months post-Achilles surgery, which, as we recall, happened on 8 February 2025 on a nice Saturday afternoon, 4 p.m. So remember, I had this injury on Tuesday. That was 4th of February 2025. Pretty much, it took me 4 days for me to do the surgery. So yeah, so we are 12 weeks after the surgery. Usually we count from the time of the surgery. So we're 12 weeks post Achilles surgery. So it's just good to note the dates. As I said, when you get this injury, so the first thing that comes into your mind is whether to do a conservative or the surgery way. So I chose the operative procedure. And you know, you have very limited time. So many times this thing comes as a shock and no one gets out of the house saying that they're going to get an injury. So the injury comes and you have to make decisions very fast. So luckily at the time I knew about the injury. It was one of my biggest fears, and many athletes and stuff also I know have that fear, because it's like a kiss of death for any athlete. Or what comes to mind when it happened to me is, now will I be able to function as I was previously? So the first thing is now getting a surgeon. So I was able to get a recommendation from my wife's gyna. Yes, gyna. So I want to, keep them well. They come in handy. So don't, once you are, I don't think that this is not mine, this is my wife's issue. No, but thanks to the gyna. So that's Dr. Busire who recommended me to Dr. Kamau. And that was the only rope I could cling on to, the only straw I could clutch to. And I said, Twende kazi, right? So this is your body. Just like when you have an accident or if your car has an issue, you need a good mechanic. So really, it's not the garage, it's the mechanic. So what I'm trying to say, it's not the hospital. So everyone always asks me, so where did you do the surgery? Nairobi, Karen, what? Those are just buildings. So the most important person is actually the person who touches you, the person with the knife, right? So the place is just the place. The place is basically the, post-surgery where you recover maybe for a day or two. So it doesn't really matter where. What matters is the surgeon. So the orthopedic. So I got Dr. Kamau was, yeah, so luckily everything has been well. So yeah, and we're here now 12 weeks after. So my last video was week 6 post-Achilles, where I was showing you the boot and the wedges and how things have been. And as you recall, I had an issue with basically the wound where I was stitched. So I'll actually show you how it looks right now. So what happened is the first 2 weeks is usually wound healing. So for me, I went into showering and stuff quite early and tampered with the recovery process, but things are okay. I didn't get any infection or such things, so but the wound heals very slow because at this area, blood circulation is not, very sufficient, right? It's like getting an injury on your bum, right? If you have ever had a scratch on your bum or your behind, for lack of better words, you kind of test how long it takes, um, for the wound to actually heal. So basically during this period, so week 7 is when I was on my third wedge. So as you can see with the wedges, so this is how I had 5 wedges, right? So every week you remove one wedge, right? So one wedge. So I had removed 2 wedges before. As I said, so you start the boot therapy on wedge 5. I had 5 wedges, and that's on week 3. My process was delayed because of my wound opening. So basically, I started the boot therapy pretty much week 4 is when I was on my 5th um, wedge. Then now on to week 7, which fast forward to week 7. I was on my third wedge, so this is the third wedge. So week 8, I removed one. Week 9, right? So week 10, I had no wedge. Yeah. So by week 10, yeah, with actually each week, you notice that you find a certain strain every time you remove a wedge. So the first day you'll have some discomfort, which is okay. Then hopefully your leg just gets into it. So don't fear the discomfort or the swelling or the inflammation that happens due to the next level or next heel raise. So you basically, they said you're on a plantar flexion like this. So every week you go lower, lower, lower until, right, your foot can be able to be flat footed. So that's the therapy. That's the miracle or the work of the boots, which is very beneficial. Actually, the boot therapy has been one of the biggest factor on my recovery journey. So week 7 to week 12, the highlight, right, of it all is I started walking. So as I said, week 7, week 8, week 9, on week 12. So week 12 basically, right now I'm actually even driving. So the first the first victory, yeah, came when I started walking with a boot. So that was actually week 6, right, when I was on my fourth wedge, right, third wedge, pretty much. So week yes, so week 6 I was on my third wedge. So week 6 is when I started walking without the guide of the crutches. Man, you have no idea the excitement, the joy it feels when you're able to actually, sort of like walk on your own without any aid, right? So that was the big win on week 6, going into week 7, being able to walk with the boot without any assistance. So the first week of the boot, I was walking with both crutches. Then the second week, when I was on my fourth wedge, I was walking with one. Then on week 6, somehow everything just worked out well. I was able to walk without any aid, and man, that's the biggest out. Really, 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 the excitement is off the roof. So I can say with the therapy, as I mentioned, I continued with the same therapy. So the therapy involved the ankle rotations from clockwise to anti-clockwise. So the ankle rotations, as I'll just show you. right? Then from the ankle rotation, so I just used to do, like 10 on one side, then 10 on the other side, and I just used to repeat until I feel like I've done a good, good rotation. So that helps with the stiffness of the ankle. Then the dorsiflexion and plantar flexion exercises of your foot. So as I said, the plantar flexion is, this one, the dorsi is like this when your toe is pointed towards your direction. So I used to do, like up and down until you're able, right? So right now my feet together, as I stretch it, you'll find like my left foot, I can actually go very low and my right is just pretty much there. It used to be worse. So I want to reach a point where it will be almost, on the same level when I dorsiflex. Right? So with the dorsiflexion and, plantar flexion exercises, there's also heel raises. So there was the grounding of the heel raise without putting any weight, right? So I just used to do the heel raise until slowly adding weight, adding my body weight pole pole, even with the aid of my boots. So I could do the heel raises there until finally I could be able to do basically, a heel raise, and that's also another big victory. With this Achilles surgery, issue comes in when others have actually had the issue of not being able to do a heel raise. That happens, unfortunately so, and that can actually lead someone to actually redo the surgery again, which is very painful. So when I could be able to do my heel raise, I was really, really grateful from the data I received and the research I received where heel raise is actually a very, very big problem. So when I could do the heel raise, I was very happy and very pleased, and thanks to the doc for actually, I credit him as well. I mean, I have no issues with the recovery has been smooth. So with the heel raise, you can see the discrepancies that I have between the left foot and the injured leg. You can see where my dorsiflexors and my plantar flexors, that is my calves, for you know. So my calf muscles or my leg muscles, you can see the discrepancies, the differences between my left and my right leg, right? But habari ndio hiyo, that's the menu that we have, and over time, hopefully, they'll get to the same level. So trying to work out the muscles. So basically, from henceforth, what is important is to regain strength of your calf. So after week, so that's week 7. After week, so if I can piggyback, go back. So week 7, I could be able to walk. Then the big win, right after I've removed, is being on the flat when you're walking with your boot without the wedge. That was on week 10. That was a very big win for me. I was very happy I could be able to move around without any wedge. So I was actually basically flat footed, and actually, it is money for your mental wellness. Just that feeling that, wow, my foot is flat and I can actually walk. So week 11. Week 11.
Correct.
Tunamalizana na wages zimeisha.
Yes.
Naona nimefika stairs. By myself, walking by myself. Natembea tu kama wewe. Venye mimi kuna buti kubwa, lakini mimi natoa leo. Yeah. So ground zero. So this is the most amazing part ya recovery. Unagombana recovery, lakini sasa venye unatembea hivi, the joy, victory. Unasikia? Unaweza kutembea hivi kama binadamu, normal. Better than anything else. But now, on to the big one. Can you imagine? Hapa ndo tuko. Tuone kama tunaweza endesha hii kitu. And the bigger victory even after that is on week 11, where you remove your boots and you can be able to walk, right? By yourself, just walk by yourself. And that was very, very amazing. Yeah. So again, there was an issue with driving. So I remember, now we have a manual car. Basically, manual meaning, it's manual. It's not automatic. The gear, the shifting. So with the manual car, so my wife is the one who's driving most of the time, and now she's a pro with manual car. She had no choice, right? So she's the one driving everyone around. So of course with women drivers come, the myth, right? Issues. So the mechanics, sometimes we had an issue here and there, and I could not test drive the car because I could not drive. I could not use my leg to drive. Right, so those are the issues I had earlier on. So there's a time I could try and drive, but I felt like the boot was a bit heavy, so I could not apply force to the accelerator or move or switch. So very dangerous, right? So, but luckily on week 10, when I could be able to walk without any wedge, right, I was able to drive the manual car, and that was amazing. Being able to drive yourself around, so you can take yourself again. So that means you're not grounded, and it was just an amazing feeling. And I even, so week 10 was amazing because I could be able to drive. Then week 11, whoa, I could be able to drive without the boot. So that was amazing. So I've been driving without the boot. Again, the same week 11 to week 12, where we are right now, I have been driving without the aid of the boot. Just so the boot is a long gone story. The boot is done. Basically from week 10, week 11, the boot is done. And the most amazing thing is being able to drive without the boot. So meaning I can apply pressure, and this is a manual car, when I'm braking, when I'm balancing on the hill and all those things, easy without any strain. So that is a therapy on its own. Driving is also a therapy on its own, recovery on its own. So where you need to flex your dorsiflexes and plantar flexes when you're switching, positions. So I used to do that with my boot, just as a way of lifting your leg down and up. That was also one of therapy that I used to do. Yeah, so tuko kwa gari, right? So for the last 2.5 months, 2 months, 2 weeks hapo, anyway, thereabout, sijawahi endesha gari, right? So being able to drive again, na unaona hii ni stick, hii ni manual. See, so that's why I couldn't choose this car, right? Lakini sahi victory ndo hii. Driving again, the most amazing thing, kutumia mguu zote mbili, stick shift na hii. Yeah, it's good because before singeweza kuweka pressure kwa mguu. I could apply pressure to, right? Hiyo ku brake, ku accelerate, you can imagine. Emergency gari imepita hivyo alafu ati brake. Si hapo najirudisha kesi. Narudisha recovery again part 2. Yeah. But let's see how it goes. So tutawashikisha gari. Tuende. So au mtu ananiambianga kila saa buckle up.
Usiwaisahau hiyo. Sawa. Hata kama recovery kwa mguu, safety first. So mimi kitu yenye nataka kuona sana, hiyo mguu, hiyo tizi ya hiyo mguu, hiyo tendo very important.
And the reverse. Right, boot ni nzito. Yes. So ni tizi in itself. I think it's like 2 kgs.
Correct.
So kuibeba hivi juu na chini
ni gym mbaya.
Ni gym on itself.
Yeah.
So hii ni manual. Lazima ubalance, lazima utumize mguu. And basically that's it, my friends.
Great, so, that's great. But itakuwa sawa. So far so good. Unaona hiyo mguu sasa hiyo. That's the best hiyo. Hiyo movement hiyo mguu ndio inanifurahisha. Yes.
That kishaka break. Yeah, week 11 my people. Nilianza ni pale.
Yes.
Sasa tuingie tuambie leo tunaanza physio sasa.
Menelik Hospital.
Yeah. For Menelik for what?
The best hospital for bones, bro. Injury recovery,
all orthopedics here.
Yeah.
Sasa hapa kunanga ati parking ya walemavu. Kila mtu ni mlemavu.
Wazi shuka tina crutches useme nini juu. Kila mtu
tafutie parking ya. Tafutie parking ya mlemavu. Hapa kila mtu
ni mlemavu. Hakuna baadhi, hakuna ile
parking za wheelchairs.
Yes.
Ati zile ziko reserved. Sasa hapa hakuna zote.
Hakuna mtu anakusopa mpoa.
Tu ni wheelchair hapo poa. 071. Wheelchair hapa. Acha nisimchokoze bwana. Kazi nyingi. Nataka kuonyesha dock. Hii ni level nyingine my friend. Out with the boots. Gideon boots.
So no one legged anymore. Merudi kwa two legged, right?
Tuingia hapa tuone. Can we anza kuingisha viatu kitambo ilikuwa 0 because na affect your Achilles. Unaona iko na nguvu, I can use force.
Yes.
Kuingisha.
Not easy bro. Unatoka mbali bro.
Ndio utamu ya kupona.
Correct.
Na injury pia.
So you feel fresh both your mind, mentally, physically, unasikia uko poa.
Don't complain about these things. Unaona hizo?
By the way.
Sasa mimi mchezaji napigia pass.
Amerudi. The last time tukikuja hapa bro, ulikuwa na ile nitongaje Mercedes Benz 2 ama BMW. Crutches ile 2.
Yeah, hizo 2.
Alafu mguu imefungua plaster. But today good job. Good recovery man.
Nashukuru daktari.
Correct.
Kama amenifanya poa.
Yes sir.
Never knew him. Nashukuru.
Thank you.
Ndio mimi na bouncer sasa.
Yes.
Bouncer
same WhatsApp man. But the best thing is quick recovery bro. Thank you. Yes bro. Yeah, I remember the first day tulikuleta na wheelchair.
This was my thing.
Yeah.
The one.
It's God is great, man. God is great.
Driving out the boot has, for me it's just conditioning, and it has been a big win, man. In this journey, we celebrate the small wins. Each and every step is just very joyful, right? We celebrate just seeing people walking was, like, wow. You imagine how they're just walking with ease. So when you start walking, it's actually amazing. It's very beautiful. So it's one step closer to normalcy. Every day, every week, as you move onwards, it's victory. So that's what keeps you going. So when you get this injury, you're like, oh my God, it's a very long process. But every week is just super. And you just at it. And before you know it, you've done, like right now, I've done like 3 months now. And you're just very with it, very positive. Earlier days, you could be grumpy and wondering how your life is going to turn out. But now you realize every week is just victory. So the whole recovery is just a recovery of victory. Basically, it's just a victory process, right? Where, you're just celebrating every win. And the people around you seeing every step, they cheer you. So the support system is actually also very good, right? So people see you walking again, people seeing you using one crutch, moving around, and they're so excited. They're like, wow, right? So that is also another food for your soul. So one key thing, me as a guy who's been a calisthenics guy, who's been working out, before, one thing that has really helped me, you can imagine, is the push-ups. So I started doing push-ups way early. And I just realized when you're doing your push-ups, your feet, you have to place your feet on the floor, right? And that you're putting strain on your Achilles, and you're basically doing like a small stretch. So when you're doing your push-ups, you're actually exerting force on your legs, which you would never know until you have this Achilles injury. So slowly by slowly, I could apply pressure on my feet, and I could do now normal push-ups using both of my legs very well, right? And that was amazing. The push-ups has actually really helped. So if you have this injury, try and play around with the push-ups and be easy. Just go easy into it, pole pole, and see it is a game changer, right? It's a big game changer. This is for me to you, and it's not biased because I'm a push-ups guy, no. But the push-ups, you streamline, your body is all streamlined, and it all, what actually puts you in position are your feet, right? So it's a very good therapeutic thing with your Achilles until now you get comfortable with your feet doing the push-ups, and you can actually do a leg over the other. So you can put your normal leg over the sort of recovering leg and just now bear the weight, and that is super amazing. So those are my wins for week 7 to week 12: boot therapy, walking, driving, and now going back to the gym. So my next journey is actually going back to the gym. I start this week. The aqua therapy and just getting back your normal, athletic self on point, squatting, right? So now exercising my legs. Before, everyone was like, the Johnny Bravo fear, yeah, which again, come on, who has ever worked out? Very few people have that Johnny Bravo effect, unless you're a bodybuilder for sure. But normal recreational people don't have that issue. So don't fear working out. Don't fear working out your upper body because you fear, your lower body. Doesn't apply to recreational athletes. Just work. It's like women saying women do not do weights because you're gonna get muscles. Never applies to recreational athletes. Work out as a woman. Do your push-ups, do your weights. You get toned very well and you look very good. Don't fear getting muscles and all those things that people will actually tell you no. You'll actually have a very good physique. And same thing as me, I continue doing my push-ups, my upper body, my pull-ups when I had this injury from week 4 going onwards. And it has been super. You are not going to get some superhuman Hulk body physique in just this short period. And you've never had even before the injury. So how are you going to have it after the injury, right? So this is all Johnny Bravo myth and fear. Just push it out of the way. And again, we work out just also to feel good. Not really, the aesthetic part, yes, but also just for health reasons, all right, and mental reasons. So I went so quickly for me as a big win. Luckily, I'm a fitness guy, so I went into push-ups, pull-ups early, and they have helped me. So now I'm going back to the gym, and gym meaning just being around people, right? Because I'm a bodyweight guy, but now I'm going to enroll in a gym just to be around people, also doing my squats, and just being in a community. I feel that would really help me actually on my journey to normalcy, right? Because people is life. Yeah, with this injury, you're grounded in the house, you can't move. But the moment you start getting out, then you realize the value of people, community. So cherish your people, community, the people who are with you in the home, whether it's your spouse, your aide, amazing. You really start appreciating them very much. So yes, so going back to the gym, doing some squats, of course, with the advice of the physiotherapist who gave me a good bill of health. So I met my doctor last week for the first time after like a 6-week period. So you can imagine the nervousness that comes with it. And after meeting him, he was super, seeing how my leg was actually not that stiff. So he gave me the clean bill of health in quotes. And also the physiotherapy was it was a very good. So I've done 2 sessions now. So what has helped me is just my regular workouts. So my rotation, ankle rotations, my plantar and dorsiflexion, my heel raises. So that is the key. So heel raises, the rotations, right? And push-ups.
How many weeks now?
Naje dok.
Nzuri sana.
Safi.
The one doing the
recovery bono.
from dressing rooms to now.
It's very big.
It's very big. Kuzoea tu tunazoea that's my life. After leo kuna zingine na deal nazo kesho, kuna deal kesho kutwa, so my life is like that.
That's very fragile.
Good. How many weeks now from operation? 11.
Yeah.
Good.
11.
How's the walking now?
I'm walking okay.
Physio now, have you started massage?
Yeah, you see the wound thing, ilikawia kupona.
So
it set me back like 2 weeks.
Okay. But now it's healed fully.
Yeah.
Good. Yes. Sawa.
Sawa, natembea. Yeah, for
not the politician. Not the politician. You are bringing him into this Natembea.
Yeah. So this is, I don't know, Sasa when to laptop, I don't know how to do.
Yeah. No. Now what we do now, there's not much because the wound is healed now.
Yeah, the wounds.
We are beginning to do. Let's see how the healing went down. Oh, it's good. It's very good.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think the stubborn area had been here, isn't it?
Yeah, this was stubborn. Inarika lakini sasa ime.
No, it's done. It's done. It's good. So now what will start?
Na hii chuma iko wapi?
Those ones, you know, they're not tumors. They are bioabsorbable screws. Bioabsorbable, it means your body will absorb them.
Okay.
So they were like almost plasticish. They get into bone. Over time, somebody looks for them, they're not there. Because the body absorbs them. Yes, so they are bioabsorbable material. So that was just to protect it. Of course, this swelling, you're going to experience it for a while. This I told you might even get to 1 year. So when you're not working, when you're not doing anything, then I sweat.
Even 1 year bado inaswela.
It can bother you.
Nikafikiria labda hapa nikashika.
No. It does appear, I think, even me, mine still, but no, this is not as bad. But even mine, I was experiencing the same. Don't know whether I can, you see, it's still never as the other side completely. Yeah.
Na wewe wound yako iko wapi?
Wound, it's there.
Yeah.
Getting?
Yes.
Yeah. You have a better scar than mine. Yeah, you have a better scar than mine.
Mimi yangu itaisha. Mbona hii?
Itapotea.
Hapa iko sawa kabisa.
So now, the physio I want to start you on is one. You need to start doing weights, the leg weights,
The leg weights.
and how you start up to do important exercises. You're seeing the tops that I'm doing.
Yes.
Those ones you start doing them.
Yes.
Okay. Then initially you can start by sitting, standing. Then over time as you get stronger, you just start doing that.
Oh, you can do
the squats. This you're all now strengthening your muscles. Yes. Now when you get to the physio, there's a physio here, who will give you even the theraband. It's a band that you hold and you keep on pressing. Yes, so that you are gaining strength. So the likelihood you might recover way faster than me. Reason being, it's your right also. So the moment you start driving, you see that is always exercise.
I started driving with
Or you started driving with a shoe.
Yeah, with a shoe.
Now when you are normally like this, is it?
I have not tried.
You've not tried, eh?
Yeah.
You can start trying around the compound kwanza, see how comfortable, and also how fast to change.
Yeah, fast.
That's usually the biggest challenge, eh? But now I think we can start that. We don't need to use the boot anymore.
Yeah.
So right for you a physio, right that.
And physio once a month or how?
No, once in fact they show you what to do, you find that your self-physio is what you are going to do much. Because if you notice, your ankle is not stiff.
Yes.
It's on your ankle is not stiff, you are using the wedges and coming down. So your ankle is more flexible.
Yeah.
So it's just, they have some that before you can get maybe to the gym one, you can see how much they need here to do. Then also the weights, how you just go into level yourself and get used to building on upon it. Yes.
So usually the scary part in Africa
It won't heal it.
I don't want to.
That's my biggest issue, as I told you. Yeah.
Because the wound that now brings in other things.
Yes.
I want to begin on that.
Ndio tunatoa boot. Ndio tumetoa boot.
Oh.
Eh.
The thing is, this strengthens the whatever.
Yes, strengthens the calf muscle.
Yeah. It's calculation.
Yeah.
Someone's come back. Maybe they want.
Ndio hizi nimeanza leo na iko hivi.
Mbona nimekuwa So it's the surgeon that you did a good job. Kuna wengine inakuwa shida.
Hai. Hii kwa maybe tu ni basi uone ni kosa. Hii tungeanza mapema sana. Perpetual. itaisha sasa. Once you start doing this in the next time, you should feel the nini achieve. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I think you just get the band.
Okay.
You utajifanyia because the range of motion is good.
Yeah.
Range haina flash na shida inakuwa unakutanga mzuri kwa kuanzia hapo. So ikiwa hapo utakuwa na kitu hizi kanyaga.
Yeah.
Kwanza kama imetumia protocol ya boot, usually inaanza issue na range. Ilikuwa na wedges. Yeah, I think in a next time you should feel the need.
Shikwa hapo sijaishikwa.
Sikia poa lakini.
It's good to know, man. It's good to know.
So yeah, so I think pretty much I've covered this period. So what to expect from week 7 to week 12. So basically just what to expect when you remove your shoe. So with the walking, I'll show you how I was walking without the shoe and how I'm still walking right now. So the idea is to try and walk, on a, straight, but now you can't really go here. So you have to just tell your brain that we're walking now. Yes, we're walking, right? And try and just make yourself walk, get that motion back, yeah? And this you just have to slowly ease into it and tell your mind that we are getting back to, right, the full motion of walking, because now you're just dragging your feet on week 11 to week 12, dragging, which is okay, and slowly just getting your walking motion, pull back. And that is actually what I'll be doing week 12 going forward, just trying to now get to walk normally. And I think all is going on well. Yep. So from henceforth, it's just gym. So my next video will just be me back to working out, me back to swimming, cycling, and all those things. Let's see how it goes, right? So cheers, Majama. Thanks. This is for me to you, sharing my journey and hope it helps other people. It's not really about me, it's about sharing yourself and accountability, and just having fun with the recovery process. It's a long process, but my recording here is just, therapeutic. Yeah. So be with me in this journey, pray with me, have fun with me. Yeah, and we are together. Thank you for supporting me and for your prayers and for your visits. Charles, see you next time. TZ Calisthenics, as always, has never ended. Not even stronger now. Anyway, cheers, guys.